Today we will replace this 25 by 30 window on a masonry wall. This window AC will go away as we are installing central AC in this apartment. Once this is done, we can finally say this garage conversion is complete. Except the painting, which will be the last thing we do to this whole apartment. The replacement window is a vinyl frame, dual pane, factory tinted, and it's Energy Star certified. The brand is American Craftsman. This replacement should be very easy on this masonry wall. We have no trim to worry about in the interior, not even a windowsill, since this was a garage. I'm sure we will need to chisel or cut some stucco on the exterior. We start by removing the AC unit, and as you see, plexiglass next to it is no problem to take off, being so thin and weathered. The whole AC unit is fastened from the exterior, and I'll just fast forward this part not to bore you. Next we start cutting the little bit of caulking around the exterior while I'm looking for the socket to unbolt the AC bracket. It seems there's more caulk around the inside than the outside, which is kind of strange. Definitely no insulation and no waterproofing here. We take the AC bracket off and look for the screws around the windows. The codes must have been real laxed back in the days to install these windows. There's only 3 screws, ½ inch long. It's amazing. Finish cutting the caulk around the inside frame. Then using a block of wood and hammer, we just knock around the window frame and it came right off. The 1x2 wood nailed around the 2 sides and top look very good. They are treated and will definitely be left on there, even though we will be drilling right through them and into the concrete to screw the new window with 2.5 inch Tapcons. We measured the inside of the window opening and then the inside of the new window, which is exactly the same size. So we will be grinding at least 1/4 inch around the opening to be able to caulk it. Then we fit the window in from the outside to get an idea how much stucco we need to trim off around the opening. The outside window flange is at least 3/4 inch wider than the inside frame. Then looking from the inside, we see how much thicker the whole frame is. We will definitely be trimming some of this windowsill. So the first step is to grind away the stucco outside, then we can measure how much to cut away from the inside to accommodate for the thickness of the new window frame. If done one step at a time, no stucco will be needed at the end of this installation. Just caulking hopefully. And I think I know which tool is best to use here. Try not to use a chisel or a jackhammer on masonry walls like this, unless you're installing a bigger window maybe. So we know we need to slant the edge of the sill on a 45 angle. So I'm going to draw a straight line where the slant should end on the sill. Also draw a line on each side where the stucco and paint should be cleaned up. Paying special attention to the corners. This concrete diamond disc will cut any masonry like butter. Only drawback is very dusty. It's important to wear a face mask when using it. If you don't abuse it and stay away from metal, it will last a very long time. Well worth 20 bucks. I'll put a link in the description for more information on it. My son loves this blade, and he can get carried away with it too. I constantly have to remind him when to stop. My youngest son Bobby has the shop vac on reverse, blowing the dust out of the room, or at least trying anyway. If I had to do this again, I would tape some plastic around this window from the inside. We check if the window fits one more time.
All right, I see one problem. Okay, put it down. You got it?
Yeah.
This has got to go. It's too much here. This has got to go. Too much here. So you got to go from here to here. me. Perfect. Got the gap on the bottom.
So we finished trimming the corners some more. Check the level and start drilling the holes for the Tapcon screws. Screwing them in one at a time and checking the level after each one. This window has 11 screw holes, 7 on the inside, 4 on the outside. It's unbelievable. Our local code requires a minimum length screws of 2.5 inches. We're using the hammer drill for the concrete bit and the impact drive for the screws. Make sure you use the proper size drill bit and drill the proper depth. If the screw is not going in, don't force it, or it can snap. Sometimes you just need to back it off and screw it again. If it still has a hard time, take it off and go deeper with the drill bit. The last thing you want is that screw to break, and then you will need to drill another hole in the frame and concrete. Some building inspectors may even give you a hard time with that. Be careful not to over tighten to avoid bending the frame and the track. Keep checking it slides smoothly after each screw. This baby ain't going nowhere. And the last 4 screws are on the outside of the frame. We got this opening so perfect, we only had to use one shim on this corner here. And last but not least, using outdoor caulking, we fill in the gap around the frame, pumping a generous amount. We will be giving it a second pass after this dries and shrinks. Then we can paint it. Don't forget to use the damp sponge to clean around it. Repeat the same on the inside, and all I need is a nice piece of marble for the windowsill. Oh, don't forget to install the caps on the outside screw holes. Put back the screen, and this window replacement is complete. This is a perfect example of a do-it-yourself project. A savings of at least 50%, including the window. That's if you can even get someone during COVID. All you need is the tools shown and a few hours on the weekend. As always, I hope this helps someone out there, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. See the description for links of tools and materials used in this video, and you all have a great day.